Yeah, right, okay. Hello, my name's Elliot, and today I'm going to be pitching my 1 minute horror film called The Decision. So, after being the witness of a paranormal event conducted by an elusive serial killer, a rookie detective is forced to decide between his mission and his personal life. So, the inspiration for this film was by kind of a lot of like cat and mouse detective thrillers, but with a few like horror elements sort of thrown into it. We've got Manhunter here. I couldn't really find any scenes of these on YouTube, but yeah, we've got Manhunter here as the first encounter scene. What I liked about that scene was a lot of the was the use of colour. A lot of nice colours in the night time. The sets were honestly were really fitting. They were very wide. Made him think, well, where's the killer going to come from? For Longlegs, quite a recent film, what inspired us about this film was Micah Monroe's performance. She's a rookie detective, and in some of the scenes you can see the genuine fear like in her face, which is kind of what I want to go for the role of the detective. And for a more lesser known film, I've went with the Japanese detective film Cure. It's a scene where the detective returns to his apartment to a very graphic and horrific scene, which I don't want to spoil. But I think with this was mainly once again the cinematography. It's very like dark colours, very beigey colours. Kind of make the room feel dead, which I thought was a really great idea for that. Plot synopsis. So at the start of the film, we've got the detective arriving at the office. There's going to be a long shot of him walking down the hallway, and then a quick cut to the inside of the office, where he opens the door and then closes it. He then comes through, but he feels off, like he feels like there's someone else in the room with him. He goes to his desk, but he finds like 2 lit candles. For a bit of backstory, the killer in this used candles as sort of a calling card to know that he's been here. So he finds 2 candles. He then starts just sort of like looking around the room, wondering, well, what's going to happen. The candles quickly blow out and the door slams. Then the killer makes an appearance. So he then decides to perform a really hard to watch ritual. He brings out the detective's partner, who's dead. He then decides to bring him back in a very real and distorted manner. And then now the killer gives the detective a choice to either kill the killer and complete his mission, or to put his friend out of his misery. So it's sort of a thing with code and morality as well. He's sort of risking either his job or risking losing a friend. So I thought that was quite a good idea. For mise en scène, so I've decided to. So what I would like for the office is for it to look quite gloomy. Now I was thinking, why don't I just film this in the night? Obviously, not being in college at the night time doesn't exactly work. So maybe if I can find a day when it's just a bit cloudy and it looks miserable, I'd like to sort of take that time there. Now, for when the killer appears, I want red LED lights to sort of make his presence very, very known, make it a very evil presence. And I think for the killer as well, another bit of inspiration, John Doe from Seven. So I think that all kind of blends in well. Feasibility now, I did look at the bridge for the office scene, but the more I thought on about it, I was thinking, some days the bridge might not be available, so if I was to use somewhere else, it would preferably be just another classroom, if it's available. Once again, I need to know the schedules of anyone else who's working on the film as well, and someone could be sick, and then if I've got to film something that day, try and make sure it's something that doesn't require them, so work still gets done. So why people will like this film? Well, as you can see here, I've got some statistics, mainly from critics, saying that these films were good and they are worth the watch. So you know, if you liked films like Silence of the Lambs, Longlegs, Cure, there is a chance that you will enjoy this one. I think that's everything. So
Thanks,
thank
Alan.
you. Be kind.
Thanks, Elliot.
Jesus,
That's a relief now, is it?
can I go this way?
Of course you can. It's a good job you didn't do it there.
Not anyway.